Spring Breakers! Didn't hear you come in. Greetings and welcome to Ask That Mizzou Playboy with the Glasses. When will life return to normal? That's a very good question. And the answer is, as soon as President Trump decides to fly the coop and is no longer president. That is when life can start to return to normal. Did you know that he recently just signed some stupid tariff? And yeah, I'm sure that's going to create a lot of controversy because anything involving Trump creates controversy. So until Trump goes bye-bye and is no longer president of these United States, or what's left of it, life will never be normal again. I'm doomed to a world of chaotic chaos. And as long as there's chaos, I reign supreme as your Lord and Savior. Actually, not Lord. More like Overlord. Because I'm over the Lord. Get it? Seriously, if you're looking for a normal life, go find another planet. I think Mars is like the closest one. Or if you're willing to do long distance travel, I heard Neptune's pretty good around this time of the year. Wait, guacamole! Yes. With 2 straight weeks of nor'easters, is it safe to say March has come roaring in like a lion? Roar! Of course it does. Because what better way to sound like a lion than the roar of a nor'easter twice? I feel bad for those poor folks in the Northeast. 2 weeks in a row they get slammed with this crap. And to think we were gonna get 6 more weeks of winter. Well, now we're down to like 3 more weeks of winter. God damn it, Puxatawnyville, you conniving gopher, or whatever you are. You're not supposed to predict chaos in the Northeast. You're only supposed to predict whether or not we're getting 6 more weeks of winter or if we're getting spring early. Obviously, the gopher knew well because apparently winter's still here. At least in the upper tier. The only warmth is down south. Just in time for those spring breakers to, migrate south and enjoy the nice beaches and the babes. Which reminds me, why haven't I been down there yet? But the Northeast needs a break from this crap. And from what I heard, they're probably going to get pelted with another winter storm within a few days. It's a good thing you don't have any sporting events going on right now. The ACC tournament's being played at the Barclays Center. Oh, well then, to all those schools who are participating in the ACC tournament, may God have mercy on you! You better pray! Especially you Notre Dame people. I know you like to pray a lot, since you're Catholic and whatnot. Pray that there's no more winter storms heading your way. Because by golly, you are doomed otherwise. And to the rest of the nation, can I have your warm weather? Wait, guacamole! Yes! What do you make of so many tanking teams in the NBA? I think it pretty much sums up the NBA in a nutshell. No fucking parity. Do you see what's wrong with the Western Conference? There are 2 really good teams! And like 6 or 7 solid but nowhere close to competing with the 2 really good teams. And then you got all those badass teams in the Eastern Conference with the exception of Toronto, Boston, and Cleveland. You see the problem here? There's like 5 teams worthy of winning the NBA title, and the rest are just going to be happy to make the playoffs. And if you're not one of those 2, you're tanking and hoping for a high lottery draft pick, and if that doesn't work out, well, you're pretty much screwed for life. You see my problem with the NBA? There's no parity in it. Although I'm still optimistic about the Cleveland Cavaliers. They will not win it! It's going to be either Houston or Golden State, I'm telling you! Fine, you be that way, Mr. 300 over there. We'll get to you later. So yeah, I don't see the point of this. This is a pointless question because by now you should know that the parity in the NBA is god-awful. Let's talk about some other sports, shall we? I want to talk about non-NBA crap. Yes. Which NASCAR driver has impressed you so far in the young season? Well, I was going to say Kevin Harvick with his back-to-back wins, except he just got penalized for his last win. So that deteriorates the performance. So I'm going to go with Chase Elliott. But Elliott only had 1 top 10 finish. Yeah, well, if it's not for 2 fucking crashes, he would have had 3 top 10 finishes. He is by far Hendrick's best driver, which should tell you the state of Hendrick right now. They're in rebuild mode. If Johnson is nowhere close to challenging for wins, much less an 8th NASCAR title, and your other two drivers are young, up-and-coming superstars, basically, all your hopes rest on Chase Elliott. And when he goes crashy, your hopes die. So I'm going to have to go with the Penske boys. Brian Keselowski's been doing pretty good. Actually, no. Ryan Blaney's been pretty consistent so far. I've been quite impressed with him. Finally, someone other than fucking Toyota making a run at the title. Ah, thank God there's a sport where there's parity. Yes. Where will Kirk Cousins go? So, from what I've heard, he's narrowed it down to 2 teams, and one of them is the Vikings. Do you realize how doomed the Packers are going to be if Kirk Cousins goes to the Vikings? The Vikings are like one good quarterback away from winning the Super Bowl. I'm dead serious. They got a great defense. They got a solid running game. They got young superstar wide receivers. All they need is a legit QB. If Kirk Cousins goes to Minnesota, which at this point, considering who he has left to choose from, makes a lot of sense, he will turn the Vikings into a Super Bowl contender. Just like Brett Favre did when he went to the Vikings. Coincidentally, around this time 10 years ago. And then the Vikings doomed and gloomed because of Favre. I don't think that'll happen to Kirk Cousins if he does that. But do I want him to go to the Vikings? No! As a Packer fan, I want him to go away! So the Packers can bounce back and win the division with Rodgers. But mentally, my mind is saying he will go with the Vikings because they are the most legit threat to win the Super Bowl of the teams left of his options. So Kirk Cousins, I ask you this. How would you feel about the Vikings being your team? I'm sure you would say, you like that? Packers? Bears? Lions? Too much partying. I'm sure he'd like that. I wouldn't. I'd probably cough up a lung if this fucking happens. Wink guacamole! Yes. Can we stick a fork on the Blues playoff hopes? Never! I had to do the Joe Swanson version. Now for mine. Never! Are you fucking nuts? They're only 2 points out of a playoff spot. I am never giving up on the Blues, goddammit! Someone's gonna support them because they still have a chance to make the playoffs. Now, do I think they'll do damage in the playoffs should they make it? No. They are too inconsistent, and by golly, there are way too many good teams that they can't even fucking beat! Much less beat! So no, they will not do much in the playoffs, assuming they make the playoffs, which they will. Because if they don't, I will not be a happy camper. I'll probably barf up that other lung, provided Kirk Cousins goes to the Vikings. And then how will I breathe? Well, I could use this. Tastes like butterscotch. I'm on spring break and would like to have this one be remembered for a long time. What do you recommend I do? Travel down to Florida. There's a bunch of beaches and a bunch of babes to go hang out with, assuming you're a guy. Now, if you're a girl, I'd also recommend Florida. It gives you a chance to show off your party self and become an attraction to seduce a bunch of guys. I'm like that obsessed with spring break, people. I want to go down south. I'm sick of this cold weather. Isn't anyone gonna fucking do something about this goddamn cold? Freezing! Actually, I'm not freezing. That's a lie. I got my nice robe to make me nice and warm. But seriously, I need to go south. Let's see. What would I do here? I'm going to Disney World! Bye! No. I'm just kidding. Let's finish this episode up. Then I'll go to Disney World. Yes! The Commander Xander had joined the Nostalgia Critic in the exclusive 300 episode club. Does he deserve high praise? I don't know. Let's ask him. Hey, Commander Loser. Yes? How does it feel to join the 300 club? Oh, I think it's pretty damn good, especially since I'm in elite company, which makes me very, very high praiseworthy. High praiseworthy coming from your mouth? I am shocked. You mean high praise? Yeah, whatever. I'm just too giddy with excitement. The nostalgia critic, my idol, and I in the 300 episode club? Who could have predicted? Yeah, that's enough about you. Hey, nostalgia critic, how come I'm not on your fucking channel? I'm still doing fucking episodes, unlike your other answering question guy. So let me rebuttal with this. What does Batman do on spring break? He does what he does when he's not on spring break. Save Gotham! Batman never has time for spring break because he's too old for spring break. Now, if it had been Bruce Wayne, down in Florida, but not Batman. Trying to wise because I'm Batman! This is that Mizzou Playboy with the glasses saying, there's no such thing as a dumb question until you ask it. Now I'm on spring break. Actually, fuck it. Next week, St. Patrick's Day questions. Then I'm on spring break, you dumbasses. I'm going to Disney World in 2 weeks.